As you all know by now, I was challenged to play this very, very difficult piece, La Campanella, by one of my awesome subscribers, Super Music Rock Gamers, something I can't even remember the username, but he challenged me to play this piece. Now, this subscriber of mine is a violinist, and of course, he would love for me to play one of the most famous violin pieces ever written by a violinist virtuoso, Paganini. Paganini was a violinist virtuoso who was inspired by an Italian folk song named The Little Bell, or La Campanella. Well, Franz Liszt saw this amazing performance at around 20 years old, and he said, "Gotta have that." Now, millions of us pianists suffer because we all aspire to play this technically challenging piece, including me. I have now spent a month working on this piece, and there are a couple of technical challenges that I have been battling. I've only gotten through 8 pages of this 13-page long piece, so we're gonna go through just a couple of challenges and how I'm working through them. All right, let's jump in. Technical challenge number 1 is the notorious jumps, and the piece goes like this. It's from this D sharp to this D sharp, but then it gets further. It stretches from a 9th and then to a 10th, and then even a span of 2 octaves. So it goes from here to here. That's quite a distance. So in order to do that, what I had to learn the hard way was originally I was doing arm to get where I needed to be. All of TikTok got mad at me and they said, "You must be in serious pain." And I'll admit I was. And so I had to learn, okay, I gotta free up that wrist a little bit so that I can conquer this piece and not be in pain and perhaps cause injury. So I had to learn to kind of flick to get to that D sharp. This happens a number of times, including right here. Did you see how I kind of made this arch with my hand? Sometimes I miss, of course. But look at this. If I did it wrong, and did you see how I used my arm to kind of go right instead of kind of making this circular motion thing? This happens throughout a lot of the piece. Also over here. What I'm still learning is perfecting the motion. Sure, you can get the right note, obviously get the right note, but sometimes it's not always about getting the right note, because if you don't have the right motion, when you start to up the tempo, you're gonna be in pain, kind of like I was, because I didn't have that proper technique to start with. So if you ever feel like you're in pain, there's probably something wrong. You probably don't have that right motion. And for me, it was learning to navigate that wrist motion, which I'm still learning to navigate with this piece. I haven't officially mastered it, but I'm beginning to learn that there's a lot more than just playing the notes. Challenge number 2, this is one of the worst. All right, I'm gonna show you the section I'm talking about. It's this one. I don't know, I have a hypothesis that my piano's action is very heavy. That means when I press a note, it's slow the key is slow to return back up. So I can't do repetitions very fast. And I'm gonna put a little bit of a video of someone explaining what that means.
It's one of those rare places in the piano repertoire where you completely depend on the piano. You completely depend on the piano's action. If you get heavier piano, which action is slightly slower, then it is much harder to get those repetitions speak. For example, this piano is on the heavier side, and it takes me extra work to play my second finger as short as I can in order to make room for my thumb to land. With some pianos, you can do the repetition within the key without actually having to remove your finger from the key. First, think about not even repetition itself. You need to think about making room between two notes. You need to create slight pause between the thumbs. So you have, the way I group it in my mind is not da 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 da. I group da ra ram pa ra ram pa ra ram pa ra pa pa ra pa pa ra pa pa ra pa pa ra.
I don't know, I just feel, or maybe I just haven't put in enough repetitions, but I feel that my piano is very heavy. But when I played it on my electric keyboard upstairs, this was an absolute breeze. So I don't know, but I watched that video, and this is the tip that she gave for this section. She said with pianos with heavier actions, she said to do this trick, and this is what I've been working on. The difference in that strategy is I'm doing weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong. The reason I'm doing weak, strong rather than this, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, because I want my two to get off the note as fast as humanly possible, because the longer you stay on that two, you won't be able to do that repetition. So I want to get off that note. So I'm going to do it weak and think about my second tap more than the first tap. Oh. And trying to get off, that's a drill I've been working on constantly. I think this section is notoriously hard because I don't have trouble doing this section as much. I don't have trouble with that one, and it might be because I have a longer time in one spot, and then I do that stretch. See, watch this. Stretch, and then I'm in one spot, stretch, and then I'm in one spot, stretch, and then I'm in one spot. But over here, I don't even have time. I have to be stretched quite a lot, and I have small hands. So I have to learn to kind of relax and stretch very fast all at one time, and that is really, really difficult. And I'm still navigating how the heck I'm supposed to do that. And then my keys are so heavy so that it's really, really challenging. So I'm still navigating how to do that, but I think that strategy of weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, and every day maybe doing something like that. And just finding that sweet spot where I can do that repetition, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm also trying to do maybe more than one. So every day, like doing 1, 2, you know, like I'm doing multiple. And trying to add an accent on that one. See, it's very tricky to get, I don't know. It could just be me. Maybe I just haven't done enough work, but that section is very difficult for me. I had posted a short about this, about the 4-5 thing. Now, there is something I have discovered about this certain section. It's the power of the wrist rotation. Now, I purposely didn't want to look at this page. I'm pretty sure it's page 8, but I didn't want to look at this page because I was like, oh gosh, that 4-5 thing. A lot of people were saying, well, can't you do 3-5? And I mean, look at this. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but look. That right there, that is not it. So I'm gonna, small hand syndrome, unite. People unite with small hands. I mean, I've seen 10-year-olds on YouTube play this piece. So obviously they don't have big hands. So there must be a strategy. So when I looked at this part right here, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But I noticed I can do something like this. And all of a sudden, you see how I'm kind of going in a circle? That gives me the momentum. So like when I push off from this, all of a sudden I have this motion that I'm creating is almost like energy for me to go faster. If I was just doing it by itself, that's hard. But because I have this motion of the push, all of a sudden that's become easier. So this idea of this rotation. And now it's like it's easier. I don't know. So I think I might have solved that one, and with a little bit more reps, I might be able to do that. So I would say those are the 3 technical challenges that I'm dealing with right now. But you know what's really funny about this piece? All of the difficult, flashy stuff is not actually that hard. For example, this one. I mean, that is stupid easy. That sounds really hard, but it's just this, right? It's on it. And with a little bit of pedal in it. And although I have all of these different technical challenges, I have a greater respect for this piece. I used to think of La Campanella as one of those flashy pieces that everyone on TikTok wants to play. I've learned to appreciate the different technical aspects of this piece, and I have a greater appreciation for being really precise with your movement, not just getting the right notes, but knowing what gesture gets you the desired result you want. I would definitely recommend anybody staying with a piece for a long period of time. There are certain benefits to getting through pieces really, really fast, but there's some level of deep appreciation when you stay with a piece for a long period of time. That love just grows over time because you've suffered with it, you have battled with it, you have maybe even spilled coffee on your piece, and that just makes it much more of a treasure. So I recommend everyone try a long-term piece. Maybe not this one. That subscriber of mine, I don't know, he put me on a real challenge. I don't know if I will be able to overcome. I'll be positive and say I'll be able to overcome, but it's really tricky. Maybe one day I will get it, and on that day, I will never play this piece again. If you guys like this video, please leave me a like, a comment. I usually always respond to comments unless I get really busy or something, but I love comments. And I love connecting with you guys. So leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everybody.